Hey, lovely. You know what? I wanted just to share something with you. Welcome to my inner sanctum. We are standing in what I call the library, and it's actually a very creative space in our home. And what we're standing in front of is one of my creative corners. And I share this with you because I'm inspiring you, the women that I work with inside of Brand You or inside of my Rise program, or if I'm working with them one-to-one, whether it's male or female, I always encourage people, bring your passions into your business. Let's ditch that disconnect. And so, for years I was showing up. There was my persona and my performer side, me as a musician, me as a business person. Then there was another facet, me as mom, me as girlfriend, me as, name it, right? We can start labeling. I'm not so much into labeling as I am into alignment and results. So anyways, the short version here is that it took me quite some time. I used to say all the time, man, I sure wish that wouldn't it be great if I could just have one tour a year? Like do my music, promote my books, do my speaking to one audience and make it all work. And girl, I got to tell you, when I would talk about that, like if you ever hear yourself say things like that, I wish, why can't we? Wouldn't it be great if you are sitting on a nugget of insight? Because when I was saying that back in the day, what I would hear is, oh, that's never done. People don't do that. You can't do that. Well, fast forward in 2020, I knew that I was ready and physically able to do music again. I had to take a hiatus because of my head injury, but I could be around music. That's one of my biggest goals and my dreams is to really share my music with the world and inspire, right? I've known for a long time that whether I'm speaking, I'm teaching, or I'm performing, people tell me that I inspire them, I motivate them, I give them the courage to step forward and have confidence to go for their dreams. They tell me, Deborah, you help inspire me to have hope and take courage to take action. So anyways, I digress. So I've innovated and I've figured out how to bring more music into what I do. And so I thought I would give you a behind the scenes glance. This is not a lighthearted thing. What you're looking at right here, love, I'm going to share something that I don't usually reveal. These are just a few of the awards that I won when I was schooling for music. And so what's interesting is when I moved out here to California, I left a lot of stuff behind. And my mom, bless her heart, she actually put this together for me, sent it out. And this is the secret thing that I don't usually share. I hid that. I hid it for a long time. I was honored, like I was blown away that my mom did that. But there were other people in my inner circle that they felt uncomfortable because I had all these awards. So I want to call you out on something. If you have been receiving awards, acknowledgement, do you actually share it or do you hide it? I hid this for a long time. And you know what? That made me feel really sad because I worked for hours. I can't even begin to tell you the hours and hours and hours of dedication of my practicing to perfect my skills and to grow to be an award-winning performer. I've got other awards that aren't right there, but so I did the inner work. I did the diligence, and yet here I was hiding it. I used to proudly display that. It was like everybody knew, right? So why am I sharing this with you? Well, first of all, I realized that what that was a mental thing. The uncomfort that other people had, that was their mindset. So I finally decided to put it up on the wall because I'm really proud. And this reminds me, keep going. Keep going because you've got the foundation, right? So there are times in life where you've worked on things and you might skid out a little bit. And that's okay. We can pick up the pieces. And if you work with me, I'll show you how to pull all your pieces together to leverage what you already have, that you already have excellence and passion for, and we'll bring it in and help you make money with it. So I thought I'd bring you into my inner world because not only am I performing as myself, I write custom music, I write custom love songs, I write custom music for your business, your brand, and it's not a jingle, it's a full-on, you can set your culture with it. But then I just perform for me, right? So I've got some gigs coming up. I'm performing Deborah by day, and then we slip into share. So what we're also in, this is so cool, right? So I'm sharing with you now, CHER, sharing with you a little behind the scenes. I started the Shared project in 2020, right before COVID kicked in. Right before the world shut down, I was deciding to go for this really big macro project, if you will. And so Anyways, I won't go into all those details. It's kind of fun, but these are a few of staple items that I've procured during the shutdown. So this right here is a little outfit that I use for like a 60s style share, but it's also become a signature piece in what I call a showstopper. So it's here, the things that are on the wall here, these I have to do some sewing. I'm going to do some up levels. One of the things, I'll give you a sneak peek, this little lovely right here with all these feathers. Let me see if I can do this here. This is quite a project. So you see, I've got all these, here we go. I've got these feathers, and then there's this pink thing. Well, this is my show opener. So I do this when we do our Vegas style show, and this has been quite, I put all this on, when did I do this? For September. We had a big Vegas show back in September. So I'm doing all of my designs. I either make them or I'm upcycling. So I don't have Cher's $1 million budget. I don't have her, 100 employee staff doing this. It's just me sitting in this little corner right here that I'm sharing with you. So I'll show you a funky project. Okay, you can laugh if you want to, but this is one of my ideas because Cher wears a lot of these, I call them rappy-roby things, right? Rappy things. So this is an idea in progress, gone bad. And the reason it's on the mannequin still is because I have to undo, and I hate undoing seams. But what happened is I had this amazing piece of fabric, and when I was starting to sew on some of the glittery stuff here, it puckered and it doesn't look good. So I have to undo. Actually, it's up here. I have to undo and redo. But this will be debuting in a show sometime near you. But I thought I'd just show you that, it's not about perfection. Sometimes you have to show up and just work with what you've got. There's a concept about good enough sometimes is good enough. When we are striving for excellence, notice I didn't say perfection, striving for excellence, in the process of building your brand and building your business, there is an element of work with what you've got. I've taught about that before. Work with what you've got, and then you can refine from there. So I'll just show a few other things. So this is the back side of my Indian headdress. Yes, this is gorgeous. This was handmade, so I did not make the full headdress. All the beading work here and the feathers, the core feathers, that was handmade for me by a gentleman over in, I believe I got it in India or Pakistan. I don't remember, India, I believe. But I have done all the up leveling. I've put all the bling onto this one. I had to figure out how to transport it. I've put all the blue into it because what I need is for this to show really big. So I innovated, worked with what I've got. I'll show you a little magic trick here, right? So when I go to do the show, I've made these little noodle tubes, and I sewed a bunch of feathers on it. And what will happen is when I put this on, I actually push this up and it allows all the feathers to completely open up, and it's quite a wow effect. So that takes some innovation. I still need to make a cover for this so I can store it. And then the last little thing, which is not on a real sexy towel, but there's another little headdress that I made, and that is part of my showstopper that goes with that when I do our Vegas show. So I thought I'd just reveal a few things. This is it's a cozy little room. If I showed you the rest, you go, oh my God, that's a mess. I have piles of things I'm working on here. We have shows coming up, but I wanted just to reveal to you a little bit more behind the scenes who I am. I love sewing. I love doing the music. It keeps me grounded while I'm working on supporting you and my clients growing their business by day while I'm growing mine too. So, all right, I'll talk to you soon.